Welcome back to Capper Review. We want to bring in Montgomery County at-large Councilmember Will Jawando. Thank you so much for joining us, Will. So I want to start with the topic that so many families are struggling with right now, and that's paying their rent. So during the pandemic, Montgomery sent a rent increase cap with, actually, it was your bill that turned into law. That's the COVID-19 Renter Relief Act, but it expired. So a lot of people are just having a tough time right now. Talk to us about another way families can save with another initiative that you started, the Guaranteed Income Pilot Initiative.
Well, it's good to be with you, and thank you for the question. I mean, look, we've got record high inflation, and we also have record high rent increases. And what the COVID-19 Emergency Rent Relief Act did was that it capped those increases to a reasonable amount set tied to the consumer price index, allowed increases, but not above a certain amount. And that was very important for people. But that expired in May, and then there was a period in which rent increases were sent. And now we're seeing double-digit increases. I just got another email and call in my office today about someone whose rent was raised 12%. And just to give you context, if you have a $2,000 rent and it goes up 20%, you're now paying $2,400. You know, most Americans cannot locate that money. So one, I think we need to pass a permanent rent stabilization policy and pass Bill 2222 that would cap rents at 4% or so for the next 6 months while we figure out a policy. So I'm not giving up on that. There are other things we're doing. We recently reopened our rental assistance, which goes directly to landlords to help pay rent, because it's important. They, especially our small landlords and others, they need to make sure that they can keep up the buildings. And we provided tens of millions, nearly $100 million in assistance, federal money and county money, to support renter relief that goes directly to landlords and property owners. So that's going on. We also have a guaranteed income pilot that is small, but its hope is that it can prove the point that when you provide flexible funding to residents who need it the most, they can improve not only their living situation, their education, their transportation, and start earning more. So this is 300 individuals and families throughout the county that are going to be receiving, most have already started receiving monthly checks of $800 for 2 years. We're going to study it rigorously.
All right, good to know. So let's talk about rent control and affordable housing, because it's really an all-out debate between landlords, property managers, and tenants. So you have one side who says, yeah, you need a cap on rent increases, or else families, they face housing, food, and health insecurity. But then you have the other side who say, look, a certain percentage, a cap increase is going to hurt landlords. It's a random number. They're not going to be able to keep up with the economic pressures. So what do you propose?
Well, I think that it's clear that it can work. It's worked in other places. We have it in Tacoma Park. New York City has a form of it. DC has a form of it. There's other municipalities. California has, as a state, has an anti-rent gouging policy. You can't raise over 10% in 1 year. We can figure out the details of where the number's set and what it's tied to. The key is setting clear expectations. If you have a 30-year mortgage, you know how much your mortgage is going up or what it's going to be year to year. It allows you to plan. We have in our county over a third of our residents, over 300,000 families and residents that rent. That's a large number. And those are their homes. Many of them have rented the same place for 5, 10, 15 years. And to say that in 3 months your rent's going to go up $500, that's just unconscionable, especially at a time when we don't have enough housing. So what I did is I introduced a package of legislation called More Housing for More People that recognizes that we, one, need to build more housing in different types of housing, smaller, more affordable units. We need to relax our zoning laws to do that. We need to invest in affordable housing, which we've done, over a $100 million revolving fund for our Housing Opportunities Commission to build more housing and to partner with other nonprofit providers. And then we do need to protect renters. And that means having a reasonable rate of increase. We're open to an increase. It just cannot be exorbitant. And anyone that's raising rent, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50%, which we've seen, that's going to displace people and disproportionately hurt Black, Latino, low-income residents. And that we can't allow. So you need both is the question, is the answer.
So what else do you have on your agenda as priorities for the rest of the year?
So, we're going to come back in September. I'm hoping we can pass a form of this temporary rent bill to stop the bleeding and then figure out a long-term policy. I also We need to address the mental health and social and emotional supports and academic supports for our students. We have 160,000 students that are going to start school on Monday in Montgomery County. We're one of the largest school systems in the country. Our kids have been through a lot. I have 4 of them. We need to make sure that we continue to invest and hire those mental health and other professionals and support our teachers. And so we're going to be monitoring that very closely and working with our school board to make sure that those supports are in place. We also are going to be building a wellness center in every high school, and that process starts this fall.
I'm Montgomery County Councilmember at Large Will Jawando. Thank you so much for being here and for your time.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
And we'll be right back. You're watching Capitol Review.